Well, this is a loaded question. Do you think AAA games should make characters, co-stars, or main hero that reflect diversity outside of white straight males? That implies that video game characters are mostly populated by straight white males, but video games are pretty diverse already. Some aren't even entirely human. I don't see the need for AAA video games to reflect the diversity outside of straight white males because they're pretty diverse already, even in the old times. But let's say that they're not diverse and most AAA gaming characters are straight white males. I'm still not going to demand diversity from your games because diverse characters do not always mean good characters. Life is Strange 1 has a mostly white cast, but they are infinitely more interesting and memorable than the cast of Double Exposure. The only interesting character there is Max, but I am her biggest simp, so I am biased. As a player, I am pretty flexible with the characters that I play. I'm not white, but I am male and I am straight. Yes, I fulfilled 2/3 of the privilege checklist, but even so, I played games with mostly white people. I played games where the enemies are Southeast Asian, and I'm perfectly fine with it. I've played games where I am a straight woman, and I've played games where I am a lesbian. I've dated men in games, I've dated women in games, I've dated disabled people in games, I've dated aliens in games, I've dated birds in games, I've dated the anime cast of Wizard of Freaking Oz, I've dated Cthulhu in loli form. Yes, I am that flexible in games. There are amazing games featuring diverse characters. There are bland games featuring diverse characters. There are garbage games featuring diverse characters. The diversity of the characters is never important. It's the quality of the games, or at least to me. I don't know about the internet. There are loads of bigots out there who don't think they're important, but they're not important to me. What do you guys think? Are you guys up to dating aliens? Speaking of diversity and being flexible in dating, this next topic is about LGBT people, but it's not a topic for everyone. I didn't know that Pixar had an original animated series on Disney+. Oh, it's their first. This animated series cuts off a transgender storyline in the latter episode. Why? Because many parents would prefer to discuss those subjects on their own terms and timeline. I guess I can see why. Being LGBT is still a very contentious topic, even in the Western world, and especially in this side of the Eastern world. But even if I agree that they should be at least discussed in a kid's show, I wouldn't trust modern Disney or Pixar to handle that topic. At what point are trans people allowed to exist in the narrative? Maybe somewhere that is not a kid's show. The topic of being LGBT is something that needs to be handled with genuine care, and I don't believe that modern Disney can pull that off with care. At what point are LGBT plus people allowed to tell our stories without worry of censorship or removal? Right now? We have plenty of media featuring LGBT people in modern times. Even back then, we have LGBT people too. Just because some stories chose not to have any LGBT people doesn't mean that stories with LGBT people don't exist. Why not have those discussions to shape children to be more empathetic or understanding? Because some parents don't want to understand or empathize. They straight up hate you for being part of that spectrum. I know because I live in this side of the globe, and it's not exactly the most friendly to LGBT people. If you can't discuss a big subject like trans people, that's on the parents, not the media highlighting them. I agree, but like I said, not all parents will come to the same conclusion as you in terms of LGBT issues. Tomorrow, it's studios claiming they're removing queer rep due to the incoming administration. Yeah, I doubt that's gonna happen in the Western world where it's a lot more accepted being part of the rainbow spectrum. While it does suck that a big studio like Disney or Pixar do not allow your stories to be told, there's still many venues where you're allowed to express yourself. Before we get to the next hoopla, I would have 1 minute of your time. It is crazy raining outside and I was about to record a new video, but I couldn't actually go outside. It's raining, it's dark, but it is Christmas Eve and I would like to have a couple messages for you all. 2024 has been an incredible year. There are good things that happen, bad things that happen. I appreciate and embrace the good things, but I also learn from a lot of the bad things. Either way, you guys are always amazing. You guys are always the best. And I embrace you wholeheartedly. I want to say huge thanks to all of you who have watched, liked, and subscribed to my videos. You guys have seriously changed my life for the better. You guys have seriously supported me in ways that I've never thought was possible. Whatever situation that you're in right now, I am hoping that it'll be amazing for all of you guys. So to all you guys watching, I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Alright, now let's get back to the next hoopla. I think it's about console peasants, so let's get back to the video. Here's a poll asking this dumb question. If this was 100% your choice, would you stop porting PS5 exclusives? No, I wouldn't. Porting games on the PC is a good thing. If I'm the head of Sony, I would do that to most, if not all, the PlayStation games. I see PC as a platform to support PlayStation, not as a platform to compete against PlayStation. If I'm making a PlayStation exclusive, it has to be released on PC as well, and make Sony accounts cross-compatible with both PlayStation and PC copies. Take notes, Helldivers 2. What about the PlayStation platform as a whole? Well, I'll make them way cheaper and more accessible than the PC so that anyone that wants to play modern titles can still still play them. The PC can do much more than gaming, but the PlayStation is mostly gaming. And people who just want to play games can buy a PlayStation rather than thinking too much on what PC to build or buy. The problem is, they're raising prices for the PS5, making them even less accessible and making the PC more convincing. So going back to the original question, no, I won't stop porting PS5 exclusives. And if that makes me a dumbass, so be it. PlayStation releasing games on PC hasn't made PlayStation games better. No, they don't. But that's not the reason why they release games on PC. They're releasing games on PC because they want to entice PC gamers to PlayStation. Doesn't always work, but hey, that's why they do it. More PlayStation games are coming to PC. This time, it's Insomniac's Spider-Man 2. Not their best game, but it is coming to PC, just like the other Insomniac Spider-Man games. PC port for these types of games are useless. No, they're not. The previous games are on PC. It's useful for those that want to continue the journey, but they don't have a PS5. Superhero third-person action games are a console domain. That is not a valid reason why a console game shouldn't be on PC. We can also plug in our controllers to play your games. Your DualSense is compatible with the PC too. PC players won't care about it and won't boost your sales. It's not the sales that matter, it's the advertising from PC to consoles. I'm not saying that it always works, I'm saying that that's the reason why Sony chose to do it. In other words, it's a waste of time and resources. You should have invested into DLC instead, or a better story. Well, at least we both agree that Spider-Man 2's story could have been so much better. Boy, did I trigger them or what? Make stupid statements, get stupid answers. Sony fanboys really don't have to worry about PC gaming ruining their stuff, because Sony certainly didn't. There's no major risk of players choosing PC gaming over a PS5, even if the PS5 Pro is $700 and the base console got a price hike. That's because the stupidity of console fanboys knows absolutely no bounds. We are in the latter half of the console cycle for the PS5. There's actually more reason to lower the price, but Sony wants that money, right? The problem is, we don't live in the PS4 era anymore, where the chances of your games being ported on PC are pretty low. That's why I bought a PS4 Slim for Persona 5 and God of War. Two, in my opinion, spectacular games that are console sellers for me. But for the PS5, I cannot see any game that I would see as a console seller. Not Stellar Blade, not even Astrobot, and I like Astrobot. The chances of PlayStation games being ported on a PC are not just high, they are definitive. Since I have a job, I have a ton of backlogs to play, and there are other multi-platform games that I can play. I don't mind waiting for your next game to be on PC. Fortunately, there are still many that are caught on FOMO and want to get the latest stuff as soon as possible. So good on you, Sony, for not worrying about your market. We'll see how that turns out when most gamers on the world are PC gaming. Oh wait, they already are. While the console gamers have a lot of stupid takes, the PC gamers are absolutely killing it. I am so proud of the gaming community. Only 15% of Steam users are playing games that are released in 2024. I love how console fanboys have zero reading comprehension and only take 2/3 of the title. Only 15% of Steam users are playing games. PC gaming is dead! No, only 15% of Steam users are playing games released in 2024, meaning current year games that are not going to be current in a couple days. Happy New Year, everyone! According to the statistics, 47% of PC gamers play games that were released from between 1 to 7 years ago, while 37% play games that were released 8 years ago and more. In other words, most Steam users are playing great old games, and I am so proud of this community. Seriously, I hate it when people are caught with that fear of missing out mentality, and I hate it when people think that the world is all doom and gloom just because the newer stuff is bad. Well, they are bad, but the world isn't all doom and gloom just because of that. Old games are still available to play, and they are still fun to play even to this day, and I recommend those over whatever AAA slop that they're offering these days. Oh, and another recommendation, don't spend too much money on games or entertainment media in general, especially when you don't really own them, and you are poor. Imagine hating poor people. You guys are broke and embarrassing. The post refers to this conversation where there are people talking about pirating a movie called Anora. I actually have a problem with this, but not because they're pirating the movie, it's because they trust some random account from Twitter X sharing the whole movie. Please don't click those links, they are most likely scams. If you want to sail the seas, I highly recommend checking out our piracy, the Megafred, and their other treasures. Going back to the original tweet, call us broke and embarrassing all you like, we're just here saving money. And you're an asshole. Rent or buy the movie on digital. How nice of you to think that buying a movie digitally will let you own the movie. Rent is definitely a more fitting word. You don't even buy the tickets or purchase the movies. Yes, that's how those pirates roll. That being said, while I do pirate most of the time, I did buy 2 tickets to see Sonic the Hedgehog 3 with my girlfriend. That movie was amazing. It's definitely worth the tickets. Who says that pirates can't buy? If you pirate or torrent movies, you're a piece of human filth. Period. Okay, dude, you're gonna have to do a much better job than that because we're still going to pirate stuff. Speaking of piracy, some people call piracy as theft. I say this next hoopla is an even worse form of theft. The hit poker roguelike game Balatro is among some of the best games of this year, but it managed to get itself in hot waters with PEGI of all things. Despite not having any microtransactions or loot boxes, PEGI decided to rate Balatro as 18+. Keep in mind that PEGI rated FIFA, EA Sports FC, PEGI 3. So that's another installment of unfair treatment from the ratings board. A simple little card game that takes inspiration from poker is more dangerous and not safe for kids than a game that has actual gambling. I guess I can make the argument that Balatro taught children real-life poker rules, but that's exactly why PEGI wanted to ban Balatro. It's because the game taught poker rules that might be applied in real life. You do know that people can play poker without betting on real money, right? Just because most card games are associated with gambling doesn't mean that all card games are gambling. Also, PEGI actually said that the knowledge you gain in this game could be transferred to a real-life game of poker. For the record, Balatro is a game where you can have these completely illegal and downright impossible hands. These are totally transferable to the real world, right? But hold on, what did PEGI say about EA Sports FC? The game can still be played without purchasing microtransactions. Oh gee, that makes it so much better, right? Balatro literally has no microtransactions, and you're rating this 18+ because poker is bad. But you rated EA Sports FC 3 because you can play the game without microtransactions. Shove it up yours, PEGI. And that's all for the video today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to the end, here's a cat. And also, huge thanks to all these wonderful sponsors. You are all fantastic. If you want to see your name among these legends, then check out the links below, just $1. And you have supported this channel a lot. Seriously, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my ABB Show stream channel, link below, go subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.